Hi, my name is Caroline Chen, and I am presenting the tax aid training for client checkout. First disclaimer is that this summary provides basic information regarding basic tax law. So nothing in the summary supplants or replaces the requirement of the tax code. It's really not intended to be a substitute for advice from a taxpayer's own legal and financial advisors. If you need any additional information, please go to www.irs.gov, which is really the best place to find any information about your taxes with respect to filing. A little bit about TaxAid. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization founded in 1988. And our mission is to help families and individuals with income less than $57,000 by preparing their income tax returns for free and educating them about tax credits and benefits that they could receive from filing their income tax returns. We are proud to say that in 2020, TaxAid volunteers helped over 3,000 Bay Area families receive over $2.1 million in refunds. Here are the virtual steps to our client checkout for this upcoming filing season. For step one, you will go and look at the client's completed tax returns that will be available in Dropbox. Step two is you will contact the client in order to go over the returns with them and explain anything that's in them and then answer any of their questions. And then step three is you will send them the form 8879s, federal and California, for their signatures. And then you will answer any follow-up questions they might have, and then update the client tracker with that information so that their tax returns can be electronically filed. Now, the way that you access the client's Form 1040 and their California Form 540 is in Dropbox. If you can see here in this slide, you have a series of folders. Each one of the folders is labeled with the client's identifying client number. You're going to go into the folder, review the details of the return and any other statements, and before you contact the client. Then you will contact the client and go over and explain their returns. Again, the Form 1040, which is the federal income tax return, and the California Form 540, which is the California income tax return. You discuss any amount of refund or amount due for those returns. You're going to ask the client to double check that their names and social security numbers or their identifying tax information numbers are correct on both returns. You're going to answer any questions they might have, and you're going to actually also advise them that they'll be able to access a PDF of their income tax returns in the Dropbox for 6 months. Now, the Form 8879 and the California Form 8879 are the forms that must be filled out by the taxpayer in order to allow tax aid to electronically file the returns for our clients. By signing these forms, the clients also confirm the accuracy of their returns. Their signatures can be collected electronically through a system that we're using called HelloSign. And then tax aid will contact any clients if we have any issues or problems. Now, the other thing I want to mention here is that after the returns are electronically filed, it may take up to 3 weeks for refunds to be directly deposited into clients' accounts, especially if they are applying for the earned income tax credit. And if they are looking for a paper check, that could take anywhere up to 4 to 6 weeks. You're also going to discuss this local credit with them. It's called the San Francisco Working Families Credit. It's a $250 payment that they would receive in late fall for any qualifying taxpayers. Now, in order to qualify, the taxpayers have to live in San Francisco. They must also qualify for the federal earned income tax credit. and it's available to people with Social Security numbers as well as individual taxpayer identification numbers. You must have a qualifying child in order to apply for the credit, and you actually have to mail in your application. They're not accepting any electronic filing by April 15th with no extensions. And this is the link for any more information about this San Francisco Working Families Credit. This is a slide that shows you what the client tracker looks like. After every contact that we have with the client, we need to update the client tracker in Dropbox with any notes from the call that we had with the client. So because you are checkout, please do not forget to update the client tracker in Dropbox, just in case we need to access that later on, or if someone else is going to be reaching out to the client that may not be you and needs to know the items that you discussed with the client. Thank you for making a difference in our community by volunteering with TaxAid. We certainly couldn't do it without all of you wonderful volunteers. So I hope that you have a great 2021 filing season, and I hope to someday look forward to working with all of you, possibly either virtually or in person.